The deep sea is a realm of extreme conditions, mysterious creatures, and fascinating scientific phenomena. Here are 100 facts about this dark and largely unexplored part of our planet. The deep sea begins where the sunlight starts to fade, typically around 200 meters or 656 feet below the surface. Absolute darkness reigns beyond 1,000 meters, 3,280 feet, a zone known as the aphotic zone, where photosynthesis is impossible. Pressure increases by about 1 atmosphere, or roughly 14.6 psi, for every 10 meters, 33 feet, of water depth, reaching extreme levels in the deep sea. The average depth of the ocean is about 3,688 meters, which is about 12,000 feet, with the majority of the ocean's volume being deep sea. Hydrothermal vents, also known as black smokers, are found in the deep sea and can emit fluids exceeding 400 degrees Celsius, which is about 750 degrees Fahrenheit. Chemosynthesis is a process where bacteria convert chemical nutrients into organic energy, supporting life in the absence of sunlight. Giganticism is common in deep-sea creatures, such as the giant squid and giant isopod, a phenomenon possibly due to the scarcity of food and low temperatures. The Mariana Trench is the deepest part of the ocean, with its lowest point, the Challenger Deep, reaching depths of nearly 11,000 meters, 36,000 feet, which is deeper than the height of Mount Everest. Bioluminescence is widespread among deep-sea species, used for attracting prey, communication, and evading predators. Many deep-sea species have slow metabolism rates, enabling them to survive on less food. The deep sea is home to some of the oldest known marine species, some of which have changed little over millions of years, such as metazoans, which are 775 million years old, and jellyfish, which have been in the ocean for 500 million years. Deep-sea corals can live for thousands of years, growing very slowly in the cold, dark waters. Brine pools are super salty lakes on the ocean floor, creating a unique and hostile environment where few organisms can survive. Underwater mountains or seamounts are common in the deep sea, formed by volcanic activity. Methane clathrates, also known as methane hydrates, are compounds found in the deep sea where methane is trapped within ice. The Hadal Zone, deeper than 6,000 meters, which is almost 20,000 feet, is named after Hades, the underworld of Greek mythology, and comprises the deepest trenches. The Abyssal Zone, ranging from 4,000 to 6,000 meters, is one of the largest habitats on Earth, but one of the least explored. The abyssal plain, covering vast areas of the ocean floor, is one of the most uniform habitats on Earth, characterized by deep mud and high pressure. The deep sea is the largest repository of carbon on Earth, playing a crucial role in the global carbon cycle and climate regulation. Deep sea mining is a controversial topic due to its potential to harm unknown ecosystems as we search for precious metals and minerals. The cookie cutter shark, a small but ferocious deep-sea predator, leaves circular bites on its prey. The vampire squid from hell can thrive in the oxygen minimum zone with special adaptations. Sea cucumbers in the deep ocean can process large amounts of sediment, playing a crucial role in the benthic ecosystem. The anglerfish uses a luminous lure to attract prey in the pitch-black waters. Zombie worms feed on the bones of dead whales falling to the ocean floor. Many deep-sea creatures are jelly-like or have soft bodies to withstand the high pressure. The deep-sea dragonfish uses bioluminescence and can produce a nearly invisible red light. Hydrogen sulfide, toxic to most life forms, supports unique ecosystems around cold seeps. The pressure at the bottom of the Mariana Trench is over 1,000 times the atmospheric pressure at sea level. The deep sea is colder than the surface, with temperatures often ranging from 1 to 4 degrees Celsius, about 34 to 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Silence dominates the deep sea, although sound travels faster and farther underwater than in the air. The midnight zone refers to depths beyond 1,000 meters, where sunlight does not penetrate. Trenches and canyons are common geological features formed by tectonic activity. The Pompeii worm is one of the deep sea's most heat-resistant animals, living near hydrothermal vents. The snailfish, discovered at depths over 8,000 meters, is the deepest living fish currently known. Deep-sea exploration is challenging due to extreme conditions, requiring specialized equipment like submersibles and remotely operated vehicles. The yeti crab farms bacteria on its hairy claws to feed itself in the nutrient-poor waters. Marine snow is a continuous shower of organic material falling from upper waters to the deep ocean, serving as a primary food source. The Census of Marine Life was a 10-year project that significantly expanded our knowledge of deep-sea biodiversity. Isolated ecosystems, such as those found around hydrothermal vents, have evolved life forms that are not found anywhere else on Earth. Salinity levels in the deep sea can vary, influencing the distribution of life. The lack of light in the deep sea has led many species to develop enhanced sensory organs for navigation and hunting. Wrecks and artifacts from human history, like the Titanic, lie preserved on the deep sea floor due to the cold and stable conditions. Cold water corals form reefs that can be thousands of years old, providing habitat for deep sea species. Exploration technologies such as sonar mapping and satellite imaging are revealing new features of the deep sea floor. The scarcity of food leads to unique feeding strategies, such as marine snow consumption and symbiotic relationships. Deep sea animals often have large, sensitive eyes adapted to detect the faintest light. Conservation efforts are growing in importance as the deep sea faces threats from climate change, pollution, and human exploitation. The deep sea is least disturbed by human activity, yet it's increasingly impacted by deep sea fishing and mining. The lanternfish is among the most common deep sea species, with the ability to produce light through bioluminescence. Marine bristleworms in the deep sea exhibit a variety of forms, with some species thriving near hydrothermal vents. The Lost City hydrothermal field is known for its unique, towering spires of carbonate, unlike the black smokers found in other vent ecosystems. Deep-sea squid can eject ink and often have elongated bodies and large eyes adapted to the dark environment. Some deep-sea fish possess antifreeze proteins in their blood to prevent ice crystals from forming in their cells. Microplastics have been found at the deepest points of the ocean, indicating the widespread impact of human pollution. The sperm whale is one of the deepest diving mammals, reaching depths of over 2,000 meters, 6,500 feet, to hunt squid. Barrel-eye fish have transparent heads and tubular eyes, allowing them to look upwards through their skull to spot prey. The deep-sea octopus has adaptations like long arms and special senses to hunt in the darkness. Phytoplankton, though not a deep-sea organism, significantly influences deep-sea ecosystems by providing a primary food source through marine snow. Undersea earthquakes and volcanic eruptions are common in the deep sea, shaping its landscape and ecosystems. The Dumbo octopus, named for its ear-like fins, is one of the deepest living octopus species. Thermal adaptation allows deep-sea creatures to survive near hydrothermal vents where temperatures can vary drastically. The grenadier fish are among the most abundant deep-sea fish, living in depths up to 6,000 meters, almost 20,000 feet. Deep-sea mushrooms, a type of coral, were only discovered in the 21st century, highlighting the ongoing discovery of new species. The deep sea has its own lakes and rivers, formed by differences in salinity, temperature, and density of the water. Some deep-sea species have lifespans that are much longer than those of terrestrial and shallow water creatures, due in part to their slow metabolic rates. The bone-eating snotflower is a worm that consumes the bone of whale carcasses. The black swallower can ingest prey over twice its length and 10 times its mass, thanks to a highly expandable stomach. Many deep-sea creatures exhibit hermaphroditism, being both male and female, which is an adaptation to the sparse populations. The deep sea supports ecosystems around dead organic matter, such as whale falls, where a dead whale's carcass supports deep sea life for decades. Bathypelagic fish are adapted to the darkness with features like slow metabolisms and enhanced senses other than sight. the abyssal gigantism phenomenon is also seen in arthropods, like the giant deep-sea isopod, which can reach lengths of over 30 centimeters, 12 inches. Some deep-sea animals use counter-illumination, emitting light from their undersides to match the faint sunlight from above and avoid casting shadows. Deep-sea scavengers, such as certain species of crabs and hagfish, feed on the remains of dead animals that fall from shallower waters. Manganese nodules, rich in metals, are found on the abyssal plains and are a target for deep-sea mining, raising environmental concerns. The pressure at extreme depths affects the cell membranes of deep-sea creatures, leading to the evolution of unique biochemical adaptations. Census of deep-sea life initiatives aim to catalogue the species living in these remote habitats, many of which are still unknown to science. Deep-sea sediments can provide valuable clues about Earth's climate history, containing fossil records and chemical signatures. Deep-sea animals often have reduced or absent eyes, relying instead on other senses to navigate and find food in the dark. Chemical signals are crucial for communication among deep-sea species, used for mating, marking territory, and signaling distress. The squat lobster forms dense populations around hydrothermal vents and cold seeps. The tectonic activity at mid-ocean ridges creates new seafloor and hydrothermal vent ecosystems, driving biodiversity in the deep sea. Sea pens, resembling quill pens, are a type of coral that flourishes on the deep ocean floor. Transparent species in the deep sea, such as certain jellyfish and shrimp, use their lack of coloration as camouflage in the dark waters. The deep sea's isolation has led to a high level of endemism, with many species found nowhere else on Earth. Acoustic tagging and tracking are used to study the movements and behaviors of deep-sea creatures, often revealing surprising migratory patterns. The frilled shark, a living fossil, is rarely seen and lives in the depths of the ocean, with a body shape that has remained unchanged for millions of years. Deep-sea fish have special adaptations to deal with high levels of ammonia in their bodies, a result of their unique metabolic processes. The importance of deep-sea ecosystems in global biodiversity and environmental health is increasingly recognized, leading to calls for their protection. Nitrogen-fixing bacteria in the deep sea play a crucial role in the nitrogen cycle, supporting life in nutrient-poor waters. Subduction zones in the deep sea are areas where Earth's tectonic plates converge, often leading to seismic activity and unique geological formations. The gulper eel has a massive mouth and expandable stomach, allowing it to swallow prey much larger than itself. Deep-sea exploration missions often discover new species, with estimates suggesting that millions of unknown species still inhabit these depths. The adaptation to high pressure involves changes at the molecular level, including proteins and membrane structures, to maintain cellular functions. The mirror effect is used by some deep-sea animals, reflecting ambient light with their skin to create a camouflage effect. conservation efforts for the deep sea are challenging due to its vastness and the difficulty in monitoring human impacts, but they are crucial for protecting this unique environment.